Welcome, welcome, everyone out there on Facebook and YouTube. It's StreamGeeks, episode 27.
Today is all about Facebook and YouTube marketing strategy and our individual approach.
Yep, YouTube, the world's second largest search engine, Facebook, the world's largest social media platform, both becoming the most popular destinations for video and video marketing. We'll get into all of that and more coming up next. Welcome to StreamGeeks, your geeky source for live streaming news and tips.
Yeah, the big red and the big blue, as Paul calls it. And where does live video fall in between there?
Yes, so live video in relation to these, basically the free content delivery networks of the world, the largest really cloud-based video sharing platforms, YouTube and Facebook. So we're getting back to our normal segments, and we're actually going to start with a helpful tool of the week. Some of you may remember our segments from the earlier shows. We're getting back into them, so here we go.
And now it's time for the super tool of the week.
So helpful tool number one of the week is the PTZ Optics System Select button. I didn't know what this was, so it's probably a good idea to go ahead and make note. This is how you
know what that is.
I didn't know what it was at one point.
Like a long time ago.
A long, long time ago. I don't know if we have a close-up of this shot. But essentially, this is the System Select button, and it allows you to change the resolution of your camera. And the reason why we chose that today is because we set all of our cameras to 60 frames per second. That's twice the normal 30 frames per second. Why would we do that? It's not like we're playing sports in here. Well, what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a slow motion shot, Star Wars themed instant replay for you guys in just a moment. So I wanted to mention that everything's set to 1080p 60.
Yeah, we get that question quite often, how to change that function on our PTZ Optics cameras. And there you go. That's exactly how you adjust that. Did you talk about the key on the bottom? I was looking in the chat.
Oh, good point. Yes. So there's a key on the bottom of, there's a legend, I would call it, on the bottom of the camera. It says 0 equals 1080p 60, 1 is 1080p 50, and it just breaks down all of those dials and their corresponding resolutions and frame rates. So with that being said, our next portion of the show is the live video moment of the week.
And now it's time for our live video moment of the week.
This shot right here. That'd be ideal. Hey guys, this is going to be fun. Here, right here, we move this a little bit, is our Fanta and our slow motion shot. So
On a Yoda cup.
on a Yoda cup. And in fact, we were going to put Yoda inside for the fun of it. So Yoda is going to be right here.
Fix him up nice.
Hey, you gotta fix them up nice. So this is going to be fun. We're
Yoda,
going
you
to
will
pour
meet your doom.
a Fanta
Meet your
shot
doom, you will.
directly into this in slow motion. So Mike, are you ready? Are you recording on your slow motion? Okay. So
Tell me when, and I'll pop it open.
hit the.
Wait till you guys see this
my
really
gosh,
fun
instant
feature from
replay's already set
vMix. We're playing around with it today. We're going to show you.
All right. So what we're going to do
StreamGeeks
really
Orange.
quickly, just to show you guys what we're doing, is we're going to add an instant replay shot at 1080p 60. We have camera 1, camera 2, camera
3 and 4.
3, and camera 4. And we're going to go ahead.
Tell me when, boss.
All right. We're almost ready, Tess. Just give us one more second.
This is the first time ever my nails have been done on this show. So I don't mind showing my fingers as much. Do you guys like my sage green color?
Okay, now we've got it from every single angle, but we still are having issues with our replay setup. And I'm not sure why. Let me give this one more second. We had this all set up.
Survive the fizz, you will not.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. It's not working.
What do you mean? We just did it. What do you mean
I
it's
know,
not working?
I know. We had just set this all up, and I really wanted to show it. I couldn't. What changed? Did we close?
We added a bunch of other inputs from the cameras, and I don't know if that did something.
Oh my gosh. This happened to me once before, and I had to restart and start vMix up. So I don't know what's going on. It's not working. So we're gonna have to go ahead.
What a hand model, John says.
All right, Tess.
Live
why don't
long
we
and
go
prosper,
ahead? Why don't
mix
we
with
go
Star
ahead and
Wars.
just pour it in
What?
without the instant replay? I'm so sorry, guys.
Do you still... Okay, here's a question. Do you still have the recording from earlier?
Nope.
You did not delete it.
I did because they were getting so humongous.
Are you kidding me?
Ah, mother trucker. This makes
I
me
don't
so
want
upset.
a Fanta, Nick.
Let's just pour it, Tess. Man.
So test the latency.
You'd have to do it real slow. Pretend it's slow
All right.
mo.
Pretend it's slow-mo. Keeps having the same error.
Sorry,
Slow-mo.
Yoda. They still want you to drown because they're pissed off that it didn't work. Cheers. Sad Yoda. Paul, it's okay. Yoda floats. He does.
The slow motion was so cool earlier today. We had it all working. I don't know what we did, Michael.
So,
I really don't know.
let's talk about it for a second. What just happened?
I was getting an error when I was trying to record the vMix replay. What, if you guys don't
Are you
mind,
allowed to run
we're gonna have
social
to
at the same
save-
time as Instant Replay?
We're going to have to save it for next week. I'm so sorry, guys. We spent hours setting it up this morning, too.
Yeah, and it worked fine for us. That's the kind of thing that happens when you go live. But that's all right. Let's move on.
All right, moving on.
We'll save it for next time.
Live viewer comment of the week.
This one is from the PTZ Optics user group. Manuel Villanueva
Yes.
shared a live video of what appears to be a parade, which was freaking awesome.
It was really, really cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's available in our Facebook user group. It was really cool.
Do we have a browser input of it or no?
Yeah, it's in the agenda. If you want to show it, there's a link to it. But it just shows multiple PTZ Optics cameras in Mexico showing a parade, which is really cool.
We're getting some funny comments. Dennis is not cool, that was.
We wanted it to be slow motion and everything. I don't remember turning off and on vMix.
We didn't.
Did you close the input? By accident, maybe?
No, we.
John suggests we do it later and add it as a separate clip. I'd love to do it for you guys
All right.
live, though. That's part of the
We'll
cool
add it in
part.
the Facebook user group as a separate clip.
Yeah, or we can do it as an exclusive user group
We
stream.
just kept on adding more inputs on top of the cameras. I don't know if that was.
Yeah, but the instant replay was gone.
Hey,
was
Chris.
Gone. Yeah, it was completely gone.
Hey, Pete and
I
Tina.
don't know.
Random question coming about the USB to Air. Any
Does it work
update with Windows 10?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the support team. I don't know.
Oh, John says the fizz has gone out of the show.
Look.
Happy
Okay,
it's
let's
not.
try to get our momentum back, Tess. Sorry about that, guys. Branding quote of the fact check of the week.
What was the error itself? Is the question we're getting.
It said that it was a camera error.
And now it's time to fact check something Paul and or Tess said last week.
Okay, fact check. Last Monday, was it last Monday that we went on the car
No,
ride?
it was a few Mondays ago at this point, I
Two
believe.
Mondays ago. Okay, so we've been using different reasons we've been using Easy Live. It's a cloud-based live streaming software where you can stream multiple RTMPs and mix them in the cloud. Very cool for teamwork and communication. When we went out to do our car ride, we thought we only had 23 minutes. We actually had 23 hours.
Yeah, so we confuse minutes and hours. So rest assured, Easy Live can provide you a live stream for much longer than 23 or 24 minutes.
Yes, and we're definitely going to be using that in the future. So
Hey, sissy.
it's good to see.
Pete says, what? We have tech problems too?
I don't believe this
The
one.
name of the
because
game with live
We
streaming.
tried everything to get
It's
it set
all
up
about how
properly.
you recover and move on.
Branding quote of the week. This is from Mark Zuckerberg because we're going to be talking a lot about Facebook and YouTube. Today, figuring out what the next big trends is tells us what to work on next.
Yep.
Quite interesting.
That's kind of, has to do with listening to your audience.
Like you're going to need this open so you can get the link.
I got it.
All right, the next one's really funny. Mm-hmm. This is a very funny one. This is a live viral video that is just
You could use the
out
laugh
of this
now.
country. Yeah, I want to laugh.
And finally, now it's time for the random viral video moment of the week.
It's us. Ha ha. JK.
JK.
What is the viral video of the week?
It is okay.
Yes.
You can kind of see that the latest trend in
Asia.
Asia right now is
China specifically.
in
I
China
believe this is
specifically
happening.
for live streaming is ice filled with food coloring.
Hard to understand.
Wow, our shots are off really badly on this one too.
There you go.
All right, food video is also popular in China, but they're live streaming these and they're eating icicles.
Something about that is starting to become
Michael,
addictive to me.
The instant replay is covering it.
Oh man.
But it's better than chewing on Tide Pods, is the last comment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It really is.
Something about it is addicting. The latest live video trend in China. Watch me eat hollow ice with melted food coloring and water.
I wanted to make that, and I actually have little icicle ice pieces of ice that we're going to use in our next show. We're going to reshoot this, and we're going to redeem ourselves from the instant replay. We were going to have 4 cameras, instant replay, showing Yoda slowly having soda poured on him, and oh man. Anyway, we're going to move on to our feature topic of the week.
Your topic of the week.
So the feature topic of the week is comparing and contrasting YouTube and Facebook, the majority video marketing platforms available today. And we're going to show you a little presentation. I actually had a speech in the Tech Summit of Philadelphia last week where we went and talked to some of the local businesses about how they're using video marketing. And I have to say, it was very strange to hear how little people are using video marketing.
Yeah, that was interesting to hear you come back and say that as well, that we find it not only beneficial, but essential for our company.
So I asked the crowd, how many of you have made a video in the past month? And literally only maybe 20 or 30% have even made videos. The national average for videos being created and uploaded per company is 18. That's more in the neighborhood of where we fall a little. We probably skew a little high on that. But if you're only making a few videos a week, I don't know if it's because you don't have the resources, but some of the things to think about is getting the resources that you need to create the videos and make sure they're professional. And we just have a short presentation that's going to walk you through some ideas, some of the things to think about, and we're going to compare and contrast YouTube and Facebook because I feel like understanding the differences of these two platforms is going to be essential for success.
Absolutely, and how to speak to your audience on each.
So the first thing to note is that you might want to hire a chief streaming officer. No, that was just a joke that I was talking about. But in this presentation, we'll go through the next few slides and we'll see kind of what's going on. I'm the chief streaming officer at PTZ. This is my presentation I made at the Philadelphia Tech Summit last week. So we'll just kind of breeze through some of these. And we got Michael's in the shot too. So one of the things to think about is how often does your company produce video content? Are you falling behind or are you keeping up with the Joneses? Because if you are a business, you should have a competitive edge. You should have a budget. You should have the ability to expense the costs of marketing.
People who are watching right now, with Paul getting that general consensus that not many companies are creating video, here's something that can set you apart and make you different from those surrounding you. Apparently not many of them are doing it.
Yeah, you may find yourself in a niche business part of the market, or even locally, part of your local business economy, where you don't have as much competition as you think, and you might have a competitive edge there. So, on our next slide, this is one where I think is really important to think about. Is it's not just live streaming video. It's not just video. There's also one-to-one video meetings. And it seems to be the combination of all three of these where you can really succeed and win.
Recorded on-demand video content, live video, and video conferencing.
Yeah.
There you go.
So looking at all three of these, live streaming being one where you can get the live engagement, you can have a lot of commenting, and you can really react to your audience. On-demand video, you have a chance to really produce and do things that you can't do live, and create really amazing marketing videos and advertise them. In fact, live streaming, you really can't boost the live stream while it's live. So on the advertising side, almost everything is still happening on video content. Mm-hmm. And then taking those leads, taking the relationships a step further happens on one-to-one video conferencing. So one of the things I like to think about, and when I'm trying to think about, we've talked about this before, Tess, in our HubSpot meeting, is where does the video content fit in your customer journey? Like, are you trying to attract new customers of a certain persona? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to close customers? Are you trying to convert them? What are you trying to do with these customers?
Or address already established customers.
Yeah, do they already know you? Are you community building? Thinking about where you are and where you're catering to the customer journey is an important thought process. And of course, this is where the magic happens. And this could happen in the comments. This could happen in the direct messaging on Instagram. But wherever your company is putting itself out there and your community is responding, especially with live video where there's a live connection, that's where I think the magic really happens. Quick case study. This is from Gartner, and then Tess, maybe you could read this comment to me. By 2020, customers will manage 85% of their interactions with the enterprise without interacting with a human.
Scary. Everybody hates my bots, but it's the future.
What was the comment?
John says, surprisingly few businesses are live streaming. One of our government agencies is even promoting it to small businesses big time at the moment, though.
Wow. Very interesting.
All presentations should be given well on a segue, Mark says. He likes your segue guy.
So quickly, you guys may have probably seen this. This is a slide from before, but thinking about the buyer's journey, thinking about content marketing, we think about these stages of attracting customers, converting them, closing them, and delighting them. In case someone missed our HubSpot video, this is just a thought process of why and where and how to strategize creating content.
Here's a good one. how are we handling new Facebook rules? And I'm guessing this is referring to the changes.
The changes in the algorithm. I definitely wanted to let's segue a little bit. Maybe get us one more slide where we can segue into this portion of the question and the conversation. This is a good one to kind of chill on for a second. So YouTube is YouTube is a search engine. Facebook is a social media site.
Absolutely.
So that's really the core of our conversation today. We don't need to go through a million slides maybe to solve this issue. But the thought is that when you go to YouTube, you're going there to search for something that you want. And in that, you're usually delivered almost exactly what you think you want, or at least
you type in the
results.
question almost like Google.
Yeah.
What information you're looking for, or what type of content you're looking for.
Now, on the Facebook side, hardly anyone ever uses it as a search engine. In fact, it's much more, you're being delivered things in your newsfeed that are really suggested to you based on your interests, your likes, things that Facebook knows about you. And that is a very different thought process. I'm kind of a fan of algorithms because I think they deliver valuable content based on what they can, almost like what big data they have in the servers.
About what you're interested in.
It's incredible how much they know and how they're able to deliver unique, personalized content. But as a marketer thinking about how to deliver content on these platforms, it's interesting because I think a lot of people go to Facebook because they're bored and they want to be almost presently surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And on YouTube, they know what they want and they're searching for it. So from a marketing perspective, you need to take that into consideration because YouTube people might be a little bit more particular about seeing ads. Maybe Facebook people are more easily accept it because they're just scrolling through.
I'll tell you, I do get aggravated with the on-demand Facebook videos now that they have the ad right in between, and it's always before like the climax of the video that they make you watch that little ad. And that's interesting to see. But Facebook is where people go to be part of something and communicate with other people. So with our video content, we strive to adhere to that preference of that being a social media site. For our purposes, that's why we've created our Facebook user group. We can then implement exclusive content to that group and make, hopefully, our users feel like they're part of a group of like-minded people who care for one another and have a similar interest.
So on the Facebook side, we have a much better place to build communities and feel involved. People seem to take their Facebook profiles more seriously than on YouTube. You can learn a lot more about someone on their Facebook page. And on the YouTube side, we've got much more of a video shelf life. You have a much better chance of serving people searching for exactly what you want. Mm-hmm. So on the Facebook side, you have a better chance of meeting people who maybe aren't searching for you, which is a valuable thing for marketers to be able to put themselves in front of people who don't even know that they may want what you're selling.
Absolutely.
On the YouTube side and the Google side, you're paying for keywords a lot of the times, putting yourself in front of audiences
that's search engine
maybe searching
type
for you.
Access, absolutely.
Or at least related to what you're searching for. I mean, both platforms do allow you to get in front of people who maybe don't know they're looking for what you offer. But keeping in mind that on Facebook, people are much more tendent to scroll around and they're kind of looking to be entertained. Where on YouTube, I feel like people have a longer attention span. They're looking more to be almost educated a lot of times. And those are the people that you can really spend time with on the platform.
So where do we think live video fits within both of these?
Yes. So I think that live video really is one of the places where you can break out of the market and from your competition. And it's also really great for getting instant audience engagement and reactions from your viewers where you can test new things, get a really good live. In fact, there's some new news on the YouTube front that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
that we
just
learned
before
about.
our show, Luria from Live Streaming Post was talking about YouTube beginning to roll out the saved comments feature from their live streams in direct competition with Facebook. That's going to give them a leg up.
Yeah,
Or at least
I'm
on
so
par with
glad
that
they're
feature.
doing that. There's a couple interesting things about YouTube and Facebook when it comes to live streaming for a live streamer. I used to always stream to YouTube, and I would never get anybody saying, "Oh, I can't access it because I don't have a YouTube account," because anybody can watch that. I remember when we streamed the 2017 Streaming Awards to just Facebook, and there were people who literally said, "I can't watch it. I don't have a Facebook account." In fact, Margaret from our team had to borrow someone else's account because
Yeah.
she didn't have a Facebook account. So when it comes to live streaming, I feel like it's best to go to both, because there's a lot of people who prefer Facebook, but there's a lot of people who still don't have Facebook accounts, surprisingly.
Yeah, so that's something that you need to consider. But, you know, we stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Now, you might see a red flag with that because we're saying that you might want to have different content for YouTube than you do for Facebook. But for the purpose of live streaming, it's okay, because part of our goals is maybe to attract some of those YouTube viewers to come over to Facebook to participate in certain features that you cannot on YouTube, like the user group, where there is some exclusive live streams and content and whatnot. So there's a way to cross-pollinate there. But with live streaming, and Pete and Tina mentioned the new Facebook algorithm issues. The hope is that with live streaming, you don't face as much friction there with the new changes, because it's all about communicating real unpaid comments, interactions with your audience member, and promoting that native organic engagement. Of course, there is still the place for paid promotion, but live streaming is meant to not adhere to those same rules.
Yes. And a lot of people have, I was under the impression that streaming to both YouTube and Facebook was against the policies. Technically it is
We
if
did get
you
a
are
question on that.
using the, what's called the API, meaning you're automatically streaming with their login. If you're using the custom RTMP, there seems to be a funny way around it. Almost everyone streams to YouTube and Facebook that's taking
You can
their
do that with
shows
certain
seriously.
live streaming softwares.
Yeah. So I would highly suggest doing it because you're feeding both places. You can get instant access. Regarding some of the new rules on Facebook, we talked about how these platforms are very different. Facebook is trying to deliver more relevant content to its users. So they did a lot they're segueing to becoming more video. Mark Zuckerberg saying they want the platform to be 90% video by 2020. And in order to do that, they've been promoting video heavily on the platform and in the news feeds. What's happened partially is that people are wanting more video from their friends, more photos from their friends and family, and less from the pages that they like, because businesses are probably putting a lot of videos out, but their friends maybe aren't keeping up, and the news feeds are becoming a ton of the businesses that they like.
That's where I think that the user group feature becomes really important for businesses, because that's something that your followers can opt into. It's a little bit of a commitment. You're getting notifications almost every time something is posted in the user group, and it's just an extra step for them to opt into being part of your business, service, community, and what have you.
And so with all the new changes on Facebook, what's happening is it's becoming a little bit more of a pay-to-play game for businesses. So less organic video from businesses is going to make it to the people who like their page, the Facebook subscribers. Less and less of that is going to make it into their news feed as Facebook readjusts and shows more of what people really want, which is their friends and family. So the sponsored posts are definitely not going away, but Facebook is pushing for them to be more relevant to the people they're being delivered to. So I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but Facebook has just started, and this is like in the last week that I remember, delivering a relevancy score with your advertised
I just
post.
learned about that.
Google's had that for a long time. And essentially what that is a way to have marketers graded on how relevant their content is to the audience they're delivering those to.
Which is beneficial as a marketer.
It's beneficial for marketers, and they actually charge you less the more relevant it is. So they're incentivizing marketers to create relevant content. And if the content's not relevant, if you're getting a low relevancy score, they charge you more.
And then it tells you that you need to readjust your strategy.
So if it's not relevant, stop advertising it, or we're going to penalize you financially. And if it is incredibly relevant, we're actually going to charge you less. And those type of signals make a big difference in the business community, the marketing community, and it will make an impact on what you see in your news channel. So if you comment on something or like something, you're telling Facebook that you probably want to see more of that. We talked about this. All Facebook is content based on what they think they know about you.
Yeah. And back to the new feature, YouTube competing with Facebook, adding saving of the live chat comments. That's so important, and this is a good tip for those of you looking to make sure that you're creating good content for your users. The live chat is so important for social listening, seeing what trends are developing in your chat room, what common questions are coming up, or just things that tend to get more attention for your business. It's a great asset to have.
Yeah, I think
so I'm excited for that for YouTube.
I'm so glad that they brought that in because for a long time we've had people have been complaining about losing important chats that are in the YouTube. In fact, some people don't want to use YouTube because of that. They want to have those chats and being able to follow up on those questions directly with the people engaging with your content. That's a huge. One of the hacks we talked about in our Facebook episode was going through the people who engaged with your content and inviting them to like your page. I would love to see YouTube do something like that too.
Yeah. So I think the relevancy score is about your audience. Is the content that you're boosting relevant to the audience that you chose to boost it to? So that's where the relevancy score is coming from.
Yes, we just started seeing this, so it's brand new. What they've been doing for a while is suggesting which audiences are responding best. They've been doing that for a long time. They've also, and a lot of this is really just to incentivize marketers to use their platform more. But if you have something that's performing a lot better than your average post, they'll let you know, encourage you to boost it.
Love that feature too.
But they've got some great features, and Facebook is specifically good at demographics because they know everyone's information. So they deliver that right to you and let you know that it's performing well with a given age range or sex, whether it's male or female. They give you that information right below the post, so you can use that when you build your audiences. YouTube does have the ability to segment based on demographics, but I've actually never seen YouTube say, "Hey, it's doing really well with this demographic. Let's target them." I've never seen that.
One can probably assume that age and demographic might be pretty similar on those two platforms.
Oh yes, exactly.
So if you're using Facebook for that feature, that might be a trustworthy source to go to. Before we move on to the giveaway and the post show, so the main takeaway here, what type of content should we be producing on YouTube and Facebook, and for what reason?
Yeah, that really is a good takeaway. So we talked a little bit about the differences on the platforms. They're just so different that it would behoove us to create different content when we're talking about creating on-demand, uploaded native video content. Can we tailor it? So we talked about this a little bit before our meeting. We came up with some great ideas. One of them is, so when you're live streaming your produced show and you have a limited amount of time, it makes sense to stream to both YouTube and Facebook.
Yep.
And you mentioned cross-pollinating.
Using that to your advantage, cross-pollinating. Try and bring your YouTube subscribers to follow you on Facebook and your Facebook followers to subscribe to you on YouTube. So use that feature to your benefit. On Facebook, you might want to think about creating more of a community-based strategy, interacting with your viewers. On YouTube, you might consider having it as more of a how-to based or informational area for your business or services, and also being able to break apart some of your on-demand videos for shorter drip marketing clips and videos. YouTube, you might actually be able to get away with some longer videos. Facebook, you might want to keep them a little bit shorter and more entertainment based for those newsfeed scrolling pastors.
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge the news feed and the scrolling on Facebook. I think you'll find that you'll do a lot better when you take the portions exactly that you know people are excited about and strip it down, because you've only got 3. Facebook considers a view 3 seconds, so your first 3 seconds are incredibly important. YouTube considers a view 30 seconds.
Yep.
So 10 times as much attention span to get your viewers, and that's when you're advertising. So that's your chance to get the attention. So you can get away with exactly like Tess said. So go with your most shareable content on Facebook. We mentioned cross-pollination, so I think that having your live show available on both makes a lot of sense. But then we also talked about live exclusive content for your Facebook community. I don't think that's so much as important on Facebook or on YouTube as it is on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because the community is there, you're building a community, whether it's a user group, which they just actually recently, not long ago, added the live streaming directly to groups.
Yeah, and your user members really deserve that exclusive content because they've opted into being really a dedicated member of your society. So they do deserve that exclusive content, which is why it's important to offer them that.
Yeah, I don't think that YouTube has a community that's really demanding exclusive content in the way that Facebook does.
I thought YouTube was a 10-second view.
It's in the neighborhood of 30 seconds.
Wow.
Is what they consider a view.
That's much longer than Facebook.
10 times as long. So if you're advertising dollars, you're paying 1 or 2 cents per view, you're getting 10 times as much attention potentially from your audience. But again, we talked about how Facebook gives you that opportunity to deliver advertisements into people who aren't necessarily searching for those keywords. The final perspective that I've been toying with in my head is the fact that Facebook wants to be 90% video, right? But they've definitely got a solid 10% of communities, groups, business pages, news feeds, events, so much depth to the platform that people are used to using, and it's well ingrained into the platform. YouTube is really 100% video. I mean, maybe it's 99% video. I mean, there's 1% of a community tab that's not working, an about page that nobody looks at, and a channel page that, people put a little bit of work into, but it's just nothing like the immense dynamic platform of Facebook. So does that mean that Facebook is going to win? I think that long term they may be a better position than YouTube, because I feel like the glue of the social media platform and the communities is an important step. So if you're just using YouTube, don't forget about Facebook, because there's so much to it. If you're just using Facebook, there's a big platform that wants to view your video on YouTube. So I think both is definitely the solution.
Absolutely.
And treating them both uniquely.
With respect.
But that's the thought. I don't know if you have anything to add, Michael.
Yes, actually, we do have somebody that does know what is the best platform to use. Let's ask our Yoda here.
He's still got a little bit of juice left in him, doesn't he? What do you think, Yoda? The force is... No!
Blah, 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 blah,
He can't breathe now.
Shake the Yoda!
With that being said, guys, don't forget to go to facebook.com/group/StreamGeeks and join our user group for that exclusive content that we keep talking about today. And let's move on to the giveaway.
All right, let's roll the credits. I'll bring the wheel in. I don't think the wheel's in here. And we're going to show it from multiple angles. Michael, I need you to show it from
Don't worry,
every
guys.
angle.
I'm here. It will not be rigged.
Where's the wheel?
Wait, what? I don't know. telling us, you know what? Don't tell me that you're here. Answer this question for me. Facebook or YouTube for growing your live video presence? Say that in the chat, and then we'll know that you're here for the giveaway. And let's pull up Gleam. Do you want me to do it, guys?
Sure.
Okay.
So Tess is going to pull the giveaway winners. We're just asking you guys to let us know you're here. We'll give everyone,
by saying Facebook or YouTube.
We'll give
Which one
everyone
do you prefer?
60 seconds on the countdown timer. This is a kitchen timer that really works.
John Barry.
John Barry. He's got roughly, we got to give him a little more than 60 seconds, but when that thing goes off, we'll know. John Barry.
Nick says Facebook.
Ooh.
Jim says Facebook.
Mark says YouTube question mark.
YouTube question mark. Cameron says Facebook. Ooh, hopefully I'll be able to go on demand and look at these and see who the winner is.
Carl says YouTube.
I'm going to do both with the TriCaster TC1.
Cool. YouTube,
Do you see
YouTube,
John
YouTube?
Barry yet?
Ryan Falk.
YouTube, a lot of YouTube.
We're
LinkedIn. Mark with the wild card.
Mark with the wild card. Roby's on Facebook.
Chris, Facebook. John Barry, are you here? John Barry from New York.
All right. You haven't seen a John Barry.
Hiccups.
Facebook U-Book. Or what did it say? FaceTube U-Book? That's funny.
Who did that? Mary Pleasant.
Mary Pleasant.
Mary Pleasant.
Mary, quick and fair. SoundCloud?
Kidding.
Mark James. SoundCloud is an interesting...
YouTube for the library. Yeah, we didn't talk much about that. YouTube gives you that organizational feature.
Yeah, the archive.
The archive and the playlists.
They definitely ring supreme on a lot of feature-based stuff specific to video, which we didn't mention. But when it really comes to video, it definitely wins in just that category. Whether it's 4K, streaming, or support, all the way to archiving and downloadable HD content, categorizing and closed captions. I mean, it really does have a lot of features that beats out on Facebook, but the community part's is too awesome.
Don't even
respond.
bring it up.
Pleasant.
Mary Pleasant.
We are no longer, we see the funny comments that you guys are talking about, and we can't acknowledge them.
No.
We've learned our lesson. Who's the next winner? Are you going to pull someone?
I did.
Oh, Yuta.
Again. I'm scared to even say Yuta because
He's won so many
we've been getting
times.
questioned so many times lately. But Yuta, we did call your name. Let me show this on camera.
It would start to be shamelessly mocked for your name, even for weeks after a joke. Yes.
That's why we're not talking about it.
That's why we don't do that.
Let me get a close-up from somewhere.
Oh, we need close up?
Yeah. I just want to show proof.
Ta-da!
Yuta Metabrim. Now, let's see if he claimed his prize. Yuta is here.
Yuta's here? All right, he's here. All right, now we need you to show this wheel, Michael. Prepare to show this wheel from every angle. How many angles do we got? Do we have a back angle?
Yuta Bomb. How many times has Yuta gotten that first name? Yuta
Yuta
Bomb.
We need at least 2 angles because we've had a lot of... Okay, that's fine. That'll work.
Oh, yeah, Yuta. I always think your last name is Metabrim.
It's Yoda.
It's Wadowski.
Okay, you guys
Sorry,
ready?
Yuta.
You ready for the spin?
Because on Gleam it says Yuta Wadowski Metabrim. Yes, we're ready to spin. He's here.
All right, here we go. You ready,
You the
Mike?
winner.
Here we go.
Make it a good one.
It's not Yuda, it's Yoda.
You get access to our VMix course on Udemy.
You realize that you use Yoda today, which is why Yuda is so close. That's right.
The force is with
The
you.
force is with
So
you.
here's what I'd like to do to
Oh.
reclaim my sanity. Is it's a little early to end the show. If there's any questions, we'll answer them. But I'd like to go ahead and
Just one
just
question.
stream to our YouTube, Facebook user group.
Not
And I
our
wanna-
YouTube, Facebook user group, just our Facebook
All right,
user
our
group.
Facebook user group, and get this instant replay thing working.
Okay.
Because I like that put a damper on me hardcore.
I know, you were
You
depressed
could tell
the
I
whole
was
show.
like, not the whole show. I came out of it, but
Did you get that question?
what was it?
Should you start building an audience to your own website or app?
No, that would be basically an uphill battle that you don't want to fight. I would definitely suggest building an audience where people are already. What? It's true.
No, I was just being weird.
Because I mean, honestly, think about it. I mean, build what audience are you going to build on your website? An email list? Yes, you should definitely build an email list if that's what
Or-
you're talking about.
Okay, so here's Tom's pitch. You know, bringing them to your website, that's where they could buy your products. It makes sense.
It does, and I think that theory does make sense.
That's the second VMix course Yuda has won.
right.
So what are we going to do? We got to send him something else. We are getting
right.
some other things.
We're getting some new things for the wheel, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got some
We
swag
are.
coming in.
Yeah,
so maybe we get us some swag.
So here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna remove some of the courses off the wheel, and we're gonna put we have StreamGeeks hats, StreamGeeks shirts, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll put that on there for sure. So that's awesome. We are going to go ahead. Can I try to do? Can I try
Please
to do
thank
this in slow-mo?
Wirecast Telestream for the studio license. We will.
Yes,
They're
we will.
awesome.
That was so nice of them. Wirecast is on the wheel too. Spin again. Mouse pad. We still have some mouse pads. We have to steal some more from VMix.
We'll have to steal it from them at NAB.
Yeah, we'll have to put them in our
Tim
suitcases on the
and
way
Martin,
home.
if you're watching this by some chance, I want a VMix tee. Please.
Yeah, those are. We'll have to license.
I will
that.
wear it on the live show all the
We
time.
could license the logo from them. All right, guys, we're gonna go right over to the StreamGeeks user group and try to get this thing working. I think I know what it is, but it's one of those weird workarounds where it's like they should work VMix. Come on.
Send us a DM on Facebook if you know what the problem is with that instant
Yeah, if
replay,
you've
because
ever
we
seen
need help.
that, if you've ever seen that, I sent.
Paul is
to-
not going to sleep tonight, I assure you, if we
I
don't get
am
this fixed.
not happy when things don't go as planned live, but we got through it, and we're still gonna make it happen on the Facebook user group. I promise you that. I won't rest until
Christopher
it's
wants
done.
us to start listing equipment.
I like that.
We should do that on YouTube. We do right on our website have all of our equipment listed.
Oh, on StreamGeeks.us/equipment.
Yeah, under our studio, I think it's called.
Okay. Thomas, Livestream Sports. Should I upload an edited version of the same live stream late or just leave the unedited version? We like breaking our live stream recorded content into smaller pieces.
Definitely. If you can.
Make it into a juicy, cool
If you're
music
using
affected
instant
video.
replay or you're creating small clips, like Michael, I'm guessing you forgot
You just
to hit
says,
the
can we
record
try
button?
fixing it live? So we're going to go
Michael?
live in the Facebook user group shortly.
Michael, you
What?
didn't record this episode, right?
And
Yeah, I should have. We need to put because
we're going to go live
Remember
in the
we
Facebook
had
user
that
group
issue
shortly
that we
and
couldn't download it
troubleshoot
from
live.
YouTube before?
Yuta, so
Yes.
hang tight for that
I
notification.
used to forget all the time too.
Jimmy wants a StreamGeeks t-shirt. StreamGeeks t-shirts are coming.
They're coming. All right, well, we're going to try to get to the user group right now and redeem ourselves. It's going to be really cool. Yoda's going to get a bath of grape juice.
Maybe we should open a different character this time.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do C-3PO.
Okay, cool.
All right, see you guys soon. This thing never went off. You have to hit the on button? Is that how it doesn't start until you hit the on button?